they offer up, especially David Ewell, he offers up just roadmaps, blueprints for exploration that, are enough to get the voyage going. And then if you just, focus and keep going, it'll turn into something really very nice, So there's that openness there that's always, it's supportive, and it's always apparent, So it's easy for other voices to come into that, So having Richard was a natural fit, and it was cool. And it allowed me to play off someone, which I really like to do, because you get this thing with saxophone. It's always so ego-driven, and who can play more notes and who knows all these patterns and this, that, and shit, and everyone wants to play fast and high. But it's nice when you get two horn players who are complementary to each other, and it could be Johnny Griffin and Eddie Lockjaw Davis. It could be Train and Farrow. It could be Eric and John Coltrane. Roscoe Mitchell and Jarman. Zoot Sims and Al Cohn. So-called free people are more concerned with vibing off each other and a collective kind of old throwback to New Orleans music when everyone played together, the polyphony thing, So it would allow me to play, sort of rhythm guitar to Richard's lead guitar sometimes, which I'm totally cool with, and and always able to find a contrast that works nicely, because you can't play the same things all night, So there should be variety, and in as many horns as we have with us, there's a lot of different tonal options. You can go 2 tenors, soprano and tenor, 2 sopranos. You can bass, clarinet, and soprano. He brought the altos. Like that, you kind of always, want to have those folks in your life because something special just happened, and you don't get that a lot, in most things you try to do with other people.
Graduated from my undergrad in '98, and shortly after that I wanted to connect particularly David Boyce and David Ewell, and I wanted to do a project where we weren't going to talk beforehand, we weren't going to rehearse beforehand, and none of us had ever played music together. And so the concept was to basically get the very, very earliest moments of conversation and dialogue that happen musically. And that type of interaction, I find, is to be very, it's just a very potent place where creativity kind of blossoms, where people are listening a lot because they're trying to get to know each other musically and to capture those first few moments, And I'm as a jazz musician, like the first take, it has like this sort of always has like a bit of gold, So kind of adhering to that idea in a more intentional way across the board, No rehearsing, no real plan. Got the name originally from a Franz Kafka short story called Conversation with the Supplicant, and there was just an image in there of like a person who essentially was a bit of a fraud, but they were just laying down in like the center of the church, just like totally like on the ground and completely flat, like they were so pious, And it reminded me visually of something as I've seen in India, there's like a lot of self-deprecation in front of God or the spirits and their religion. And for me, like music is like that for me, music is that one thing that carries, I think, that spiritual power. And so in service of music as our God, I think that this group is really, we supplicate ourselves to that. We like pay homage to music as a creative force and as a spiritual force.